happy birthday today. Now then, you look at some people and you chat to some people and you think, you must be mad. You must be bonkers. But deep down inside, there's an element of envy, an element of jealousy that they're going to do something that you think you could never possibly do in your life, but by gosh, you wouldn't half love to give it a try. And this is the situation we're in right now with my next guest, Todd Langford-Archer. He, together with 13 others, are doing 10 marathons in 10 days. Not just any old marathon either. It's in Sierra Leone in Africa. It's an extreme endurance expedition. It's going to be happening later on this month, and he's here to tell you all about it. Morning, Todd.
Good morning, Eric. Thank you for having me on the show.
You are mad, aren't you?
I am.
Yeah, good.
Very
but why
nice.
not at your age? Why not? Mid-20s?
26, yeah.
Get on with it and be mad. Right. Tell us, first of all, about your links to Shropshire.
I live in Shropshire, Shrewsbury, Abbey Foregate. Went to school here. I'm currently working here on the business park.
And a few of your mates who are going to do the run now.
The majority of the team are from Salopians and have been living here and went to school here. At the moment, quite a lot of them are around the world. Our leader, Michael Houston, he's in Belize doing jungle warfare training with the army. So he's going to be acclimatised when we get out there. But the rest of us are all over the place, really.
Right, so he's doing jungle warfare training
Yeah.
in Belize, which I think is going to be a bit hot and sweaty anyway, isn't it, really?
It
So
is.
He's, as you say, he's going to be acclimatised. He's going to be a few steps ahead of you lot, isn't he?
He will be. We've
Yeah.
only got 24 hours when we land to acclimatise before we
right?
actually start running. So 3 weeks today we'll be landing in Sierra Leone. 3 weeks tomorrow we'll be starting our first marathon. 4 weeks tomorrow we will be finishing our 7th marathon with 3 more to go.
Okay, let's do the old thing about how this all came about. Was it a daft idea in a pub or what?
It was an idea on. Well, the team feels very strongly about the two charities we're raising money for. We wanted to do something to raise money for them, which are Mind, the mental health charity, and Street Child, the Sierra Leone children's charity, as well, combining that with something that would be a physical challenge that we could hopefully raise money by doing. We were sat on a rooftop, actually, in Morocco, on a surf holiday, having a few bootleg lagers while thinking about this, and the idea of Sierra 260 came about, of running 10 marathons across the whole country in 10 days, which is going to be quite a challenge.
When was this? How long?
This was a year ago.
Right. And have you been a marathon runner?
I've done marathons. I'm not a marathon runner. As you can see, I'm a bit of a log.
What do you mean a log? Look at him, Jack. How tall are you?
6'2", 90 kilos, so I'm not the perfect
Come
physique
on,
for running.
you're not that bad, for goodness sake. So this is a year ago.
This is a year
but
ago.
You've done a few marathons anyway.
Yes, I've done a few previously, yeah.
But nothing like this.
Nothing like this, no. So we've been training throughout the year. A couple of the team members a year ago couldn't run 2 or 3 miles. And now, last weekend we were running 40 miles on the Worcester Way with not really many problems. So we've come a long way. We've put a lot of effort into it all year. And
Right.
but the real test will be out there.
Put this into context for me, because how does it compare to something like the Marathon des Sables, which is regarded as one of the toughest challenges in the world?
Yes. That's a 6 marathon race through the Sahara Desert, which originally we thought we'd like to do, but not being able to really afford it at the time, and there was a waiting list to get on it, we thought, why not just organise our own trip? So we put our heads together and we came out with this crazy idea, which is almost double the length of the Marathon des Sables, which is a very tough race. So this is going to be almost tougher.
How can we get an idea of what it's going to be like? Because it is going to be blooming hot and sticky for us.
Well, it's going to be the climate on the ground is going to be 30-degree heat in the day. We're going to be trying to get up and run before the sun rises, so get most of the miles out of the way before we have to see the sun. It's going to be 90% humidity, so it's going to be basically like running in a sauna for 10 days straight. We're going to be sweating profusely. Hydration is going to be a real issue to stay hydrated. And yeah, it's just basically going to be really horrible.
Tell me about the logistics of planning it.
So we've planned the whole trip ourselves throughout the past year. We've been working on it alongside our day jobs. So we've been spending a lot of time before, after work, at lunchtimes, organising all the different aspects of it, there are a lot when you think about it. And we've done it all ourselves. We've separated the different tasks into different roles, so everybody's got their own thing they're looking after. And we've also had great support from friends and family. We're going to be taking out with us Sarah Burry, who's a doctor, and she's given her time up to look after us in advance of the trip. During training, she's been looking after us, making sure that we're all doing the right things, that we've had our blood tests, our ECGs, we're all fit to go. And then we're out there, she's going to be keeping a close check on us every day. She's got autocratic rule on whether we're allowed to run or not each day.
She says what goes. That's it.
If we think we can go, but she doesn't, we're not allowed to go.
Right.
So that's a safety mechanism we put in to make sure that we don't get ourselves in a horrible situation, which is quite possible with what we're doing. And also we're having another doctor, Tom Jones, who's out on the ground in Sierra Leone at the moment. Haven't met him yet, but I don't believe he is the world superstar, but maybe. So we'll have two doctors. If one goes down, we'll have the backup, which is I think sensible. And when we fly into Freetown in 3 weeks' time, we're picking up three 4x4s, and we're driving north to Tambaka, which is on the Guinea border.
How do you plan this? How do you start?
A lot of pub sessions, actually. In the pub's quite a good time to plan.
Look, have you been to Sierra Leone before?
I lived in Ghana for a year. So I know. So
you know a bit.
Yeah, I know the heat.
I know you know the heat, but how do you know where are you going to stay?
Well, Street Child are a charity which have 90 schools throughout the country, and they've been working with us very closely. They are so supportive of what we're doing, and we can't thank them enough.
So they can help you out with the.
So they've helped us out with the route, where to go,
Okay.
and when we're out there, we're going to be spending 5 of the nights camping. So we've got our own camping equipment, and then 5 of the nights we're going to be staying in Street Child outposts, which they very kindly put us up in.
Right.
So. It's hopefully we'll have some dry, nice places to camp, but I doubt it. It's going to be it's the wet season now, so it's monsoon.
I wish you could see this guy here, because every so often, tell me if I got this right. Every so often, it hits you.
Yeah.
Even as you're talking to me, you're talking quite fluently about it, and then all of a sudden he'll stop just for that millisecond, and your eyes go, oh my goodness, what are we going to do? Yeah. It's true though, isn't it?
Yeah, no, it is. It's completely mental, but that's what we want to do. We're all pretty active guys. We've done challenges in the past where going into them, that if you don't succeed, something's gone wrong. Whereas with this, to succeed, everything has to go right, which is quite a buzz. That's very exciting to think that, we've got to work hard as a team. We've got to work, mentally get over so much. It's going to be dark sometimes, physically, obviously. And if we can do all these things together, then we will get success, and it will be a great thing to achieve.
What do you have to take with you?
Food.
Do you?
Yeah. We were taking 10 24-hour ration packs each to eat while we're running. That's to avoid any sort of tummy bugs or anything like that. They're ram-packed full of calories, which is what we need right there, as well as...
what about water?
Water will be used, buying bottled water when we're out there on the route. We won't be drinking any tap water. As well as all of our camping equipment, things like that. But apart from that, we're pretty light. The doctors are taking all the medical kit they need. That's basically it, really. All you need is a couple of pairs of trainers.
Right. And how much time did you say you got to acclimatise when you get there?
We have a day.
Yeah, drink that water, my friend. You're going to need
it.
Keep drinking. A day.
A day, yes, which is not going to be enough time. But we're going to have to just sort of deal with it and try and do as much as we can to acclimatise as quickly as we can.
Did you say you ran 40 miles last weekend? Yes,
we did. We went down to ran along the Worcester Way, which was beautiful, and over the Malvern Hills, had a bit of sunshine, it was great. So we were all fit and felt good after that. So it was a good place to be.
What's the plan now in the run up to you leaving here?
We're sort of cutting down on the running, trying to save our joints now. So we're doing more functional-based fitness, high-intensity workout sessions, as well as flexibility. So yoga, hot yoga especially, is great to try and acclimatise, as well as Pilates, things like that. But yeah, running, trying to reduce now.
So this is 10 marathons in 10 days?
Yes.
260, as you say.
Sierra 260. If you want more information on the whole thing, the website is sierra260.com, and that's got the whole everything on there. As well as our donation page, which is the yellow button at the top, and you can click on and support us. The money is going directly to 50-50 split to both charities, Hopefully everybody will have affiliation with either one.
This is Mind.
Mind,
Mental health charity.
Mind is the mental health charity.
Why'd you pick that?
Which the team feels very strongly about supporting, but myself mainly because when I was my father suffered depression when I was a baby, and he took his own life when I was 18 months old, and you can't wind back the clock, but I'm hoping that if we can help someone else that was in a similar situation, then they might make a different decision.
And the other charity is Street Child, Sierra Leone.
Street Child, Sierra Leone, yeah.
Right.
So they support children in Sierra Leone, some of the most disadvantaged children in the world that have never had access to school or education, and they are building schools for them. You can train a teacher for £100. You can refurbish a school for £900. You could build an entire school in areas of the world that have never had schools before for £5,000, which, if you compare that to building a school in the UK where it's millions, it's absolutely nothing.
Have you got a target to raise between you or not?
We don't have a target. We're currently we've raised £20,000, and which is very, from all our friends and family, which is £20,000. Yeah, which is
that's
which
fair
is great.
schools to build, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. But we haven't set ourselves a target. We're just hoping that people will donate whatever they can afford, and they think these guys are doing something pretty cool. Let's give them a.
We'll do the donation bit again in a second. So if you want to get a piece
great.
of pen and piece of paper handy, that might be useful. So you've got a day to acclimatise.
Yeah.
Then you're going to do 10 of these marathons.
Yeah.
In the extreme conditions.
Yeah.
260 miles. When you finish the last one, how long you got to rest before you come home and have to get back in the
yeah. Well, that's what we're running for. We're running for the last day, where we're going to be landing on Toka Beach, which is a stunning white sandy beach, and hopefully there'll be a few beers there waiting that we can chin when we get when we get over the finish line, and we'll have a couple of days, just a bit of R&R, and then we'll be hopping back on the plane.
So you are going to get a couple of days.
Yeah. Bit of a holiday. Hopefully we'll deserve it by then.
Yeah. What's your diet like this next week or two? What are you eating?
Obviously no drinking, which is
that's tough, isn't it?
A bit boring.
Yeah,
no drinking, no carbs until we actually leave, and then
no carbs
until we leave. Then I'm going to be carb loading, but I'm still trying to cut my weight down a little bit because just to save the knees a bit more. Throughout the training, we've been trying to eat as well as possible, as well as taking extra supplements to boost our things like cod liver oil and stuff like that. Which should hopefully help us when we're out there.
I always have to ask this question when you get people like you doing these daft things, these wonderful things. No, they're fantastic, and I do admire you. What do your family say about it? What do your friends say about it? Who are not doing it?
Well, Sierra Leone, I think, has a bit of a stigma attached to it as a dangerous country to go to because of the history that it has. It's had a pretty rough time recently with Ebola, and they're in much need of help. So I think some people might initially think that it's quite a dangerous thing to be doing, and my family maybe feel that way, but they've been fully supportive of what I want to do. Mum's terrified, yeah, fully behind us.
What, she might be terrified, but she don't half admire you.
Well, I hope so.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I would imagine that's what a lot of people, a lot of your mates are saying, is you're bonkers. You're mad, but by gosh, I do admire what you're doing.
Yeah. Hopefully.
Okay, right. How can people donate?
On the website, sierra260.com, at the top, yellow button, donate, takes you straight through to the Virgin Money Given page, and there you can donate whatever you can afford within the same amount of time it takes to make a cup of tea. And the money, as I said, is going directly 50-50 split to both charities, and we'll do great things.
Brilliant. When do you set off?
Setting off 3 weeks today.
Fantastic. All the best.
Thank you so much. Thanks, Eric.
Wish you well. Thank you for coming in.
Cheers. Thank you.
That's Todd Langford-Archer, together with 13 of his mates, who are off to Sierra Leone to do 10 extreme marathons in 10 days. And it's in aid of the two charities, as you said, Mind and Street Child, Sierra Leone. Have a look at their website, Sierra260. That's the number's 260. Sierra260.com.